Hello everyone, welcome to my channel World of AWS. I hope you all are doing good. So we are continuing with GitHub tutorial, and in the last video we have seen how we can push and check out to other branches and how we can our push our code to that specific branch. Okay, so we have already seen git clone. What is the use of git clone? To clone any repository, git initialize, init to initialize any repository, git push to push the whatever changes we have made in our code, git add to add the changes in our repository, git commit then -m and your commit message, git branch and the branch name to create any branch, git checkout and the branch name to check out to the other branch, git merge we have not seen, we will be seeing this, git status and git log and git push. Okay, so we are going to discuss git push now. So why we use git 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 push we have already seen, git pull we are going to discuss right now. So suppose if you are working on any project, okay, and they have some major changes in their application, and you have your repository is not updated, so you might face difficulties while working on that a specific branch or repository. If your code is not up to date, then you will face and you will face challenges there, and you will be not able to push your changes to that specific branch. Okay, so in order to avoid that such issue, you need to run, and your repository should always up to date. Okay, so in order to that we use git pull command. Okay, so what we have to do, suppose we have two branches here, right? You can see main and dev. Okay, we have different type of code on both branches. So in my case it's same, but we want to have different kind of, like suppose if you are working for the real time, then dev branch, master branch and QA branch and staging branch, they all have different kind of code, right? So suppose you are working on master branch. Okay, so you will be not working on the master branch directly, you will be working on their own branch. Okay, your own branch. So what you have to do, you just have to pull the code first from the master, and you have to create one new branch and you have to start working. Okay, so that your code will be always up to date, and you will be able to push your changes to that specific branch, and then after that you can create pull request, and someone else from your team, they will just review the code and the pull request, and they will merge the pull request. Okay, so let me show you the use of so first git remote add main. So if we want to, like, git remote add main and the repository URL. So main, our branch is main. Okay, I am using main. Then we have to just give our repository URL. Okay, so already exists, it's saying. Okay, so what we have to do now, we have to run git remote -v. Okay, so as you can see it here, main branch. Okay, for fetch we have to use this, and for push we have to use this. Okay, so I want to pull the changes, so So let me run this command git pull and this URL. Okay, so you can see UV. So from http github.com and our username and our repository name. So branch head, fetch head already up to date. So this way we can be always updated with our repository and we can work along. Okay, and if we want to check the branches, how many branches we have, okay, then we can do it using git branch command. Okay, and let's go back to the document here. If we want to create new branch, I have already shown you. Okay, and git status. Suppose if we want to check the status, git status. So on branch main, on branch, your branch is up to date with the origin main, nothing to commit, working tree is clean, because we have already committed whatever changes we have on the main branch. Okay, so next command we have is git log to see the log. So let's run it and let's see the output here. So you can see whatever commit is done. Okay, so we can see those commit ID. Okay, so you can see here the commit ID. Okay, using this one anyone can track who is like whoever added this file and whoever made these changes, whoever committed and when he did it. Okay, so added age of Vipin, you can see whatever commit message we have written. Okay, and this is the another commit message. So I just want to cancel this as I don't need. Okay, so apart from it, what we have, so apart from it, we like how to revert commit using git command. Okay, so suppose whatever commit we have just made, okay, we have commit message here. Okay, and suppose something by mistake we have copied, like we have committed. So how we can revert those commit? Okay, how we can revert those commit? So in order to revert those commit, we need to have commit ID. So that is here available. So how you can get the commit ID? You can run git log. Using that command you can have different commit ID here. Okay, so go back to the document here, navigate your local repository, the cd command. So we are already on that. To create a new commit, undergo changes to the commit you want to revert. Okay, git revert and the commit has. Okay, git revert and then, so let's see this. Let me open one new terminal. Git revert and the commit ID. So you can see it here. So revert added is of Vipin, this revert commit this you can see. Okay, so you can see here that file. So we have written age, that was 19, right? So that is gone, that last commit is gone, right? So age is not available right now. So using git revert and the commit ID, you can like escape the conflict of changes. And suppose if you have by mistake committed something that is not supposed to committed. Okay, so you can use git revert and the commit id, and you can revert those changes. Okay, you can revert those changes. So you can see it here, modified. So that's it. Like, we have already seen everything. Okay, after saving, so save the editor. So let me save it. So let me save this. Okay, and let me open the terminal, and let's go step by step here. Okay, so after saving the commit message, get will create a new commit under the changes from the specified commit. So what we have to do, we have to run git push origin and the master name, sorry, branch name. Then we have to use git push origin main. Okay, so it's saying everything is up to date. So let's get push -u origin main. So everything is up to date, so we don't have any changes here. So let's see main branch and the test.yml. So that is available here. Okay, but that we can see that is gone from here, right? That is gone from here. And if we like add some anything new here, this is the YAML, so we have to write XYZ. So just save it. Okay, and run git init. Git add git git commit -m, sorry, add company name. Okay, git push -u origin, that is main. So we have successfully post these changes to our main branch. So let's go back to the repository here, and we are on the main branch. So let's open this, and you can see company XYZ. So we have successfully reverted whatever changes we have on this branch, that is main, and we have successfully pushed like these changes. After reverting those changes, okay, we have added company, and we have pushed new changes to this main branch. So let's go back and change the branch to dev, and you can see like age is 29 is available here. So this is the way how you can work with GitHub. So that's it for this video. I hope you found this video informative and helpful, and now you are able to understand how we can authenticate and work with GitHub, how we can create pull request, how we can do a lot of things. And in the next video, how we will be seeing how we can create pull request. Okay, and apart from it, I will show you some other thing as well. So don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you are new to my channel, then do check out my other playlist as well. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.